So if it's not about what you have and it's not about what you do, what do you look at now?
Ooh, I'm not saying I don't look at those things.
Yeah. Like what do you try and focus on most?
It's been hard, and I'm definitely not anywhere near it where I want to be, but I'm in the right direction. I want I want to be able to be okay with Danielle. The Danielle that's on the inside that doesn't have anything, that doesn't, whatever, just me as a person. The problem with that is that person is so far removed from all my life experiences that it's so hard for me. Like, I often stop myself being like, who am I? I can't find myself, blah, blah. And I remember somebody at one point telling me it's not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And I thought,
Did you like that?
my options are very open.
Yeah.
I
Sculpt
can
away.
create whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that was part of, well, you were a huge influence on me writing the blog.
Oh.
When we had talked the last time, and there's just been like a lot of I had thought about it here and there, and I'm like, you know what? Like, once it's out there, it's out though. So like, if I ever have like this certain opportunity that's, would require security clearance, I'm not going to get approved. But you know what?
I mean, times are changing. Who really knows what that?
Who the hell cares? Maybe it's not meant to be, because the fact of the matter is,
everyone's gonna know everything in a few years.
Well, and even
however many, but it's coming.
But I mean, even if they don't, like, am I willing to lie about a situation in order to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, that's not necessarily
no,
a good
but
thing
you could
either.
you can use that to your advantage.
And that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
That, you know what, the whole point, like I said in the very beginning of this interview, is like, I want to be able to be in a position to, to be able to be helpful for someone, whether that means personally talking to them or, them just feeling like they're not alone in a situation. At this point in my life, I don't know if I can necessarily offer anyone advice. Like, I can definitely give my experience and things that I would or wouldn't do differently. But I'm no therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not, a doctor, whatever. But I got my experience.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of those. So.
I relate with you so hard, on it though. No, like so hard, because that's so much of how it is being vegan, where you're just trying to share your experience. Be like, no, man, like, literally, her dad had diabetes. Now he doesn't. He took out meat and cheese. Ta-da! Literally, she had thyroid issues. She was going to get lifelong medications. She was fainting. She had migraines. Took out meat and cheese.
Now
all
she's
gone
fine.
in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just unreal. Like, I had a hiatal hernia and gastritis issues. Doctor said I was going to have heartburn forever with every big meal. I went on a cleanse, stopped eating a certain thing, and have yet to get heartburn. Where's it at, doc? And
unfortunately, the doctors don't always
no,
know.
I know this. And I had a really large doctor then too. So like, what's he gonna say? Be like, stop eating what I love and can't wait to go to lunch and eat right now. No, but they don't know. They don't know.
They don't.
Well,
they're not given
they likely don't know.
training. They're only given 1 hour of nutrition training in order to get their doctorate. No, I'm serious.
I know. We laughed about this last time. I'm like, 1 hour?
Yeah.
What if they're late?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that.
So to finish the explanation of the lizard brain, because I didn't explain it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, that's totally fine. And I until recently didn't even know what we were talking about. Before then, it was the lizard brain. It is designed to have us survive.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the basic instincts for survival is acceptance. And so if you roll that out, like, why is acceptance so big? Well, if you're not accepted into a tribe, you die. You die.
You're dead.
And so for you, it was like, look, if I'm not accepted, I'm not going to be accepted or as accepted unless my car's the best. I'm not going to be as accepted or as accepted. And for some people with veganism, like, there's a lot of people that aren't vegan because of the lizard brain, where they are like, I don't have enough friends that they won't understand. I'll lose friends. If I lose friends, maybe I'll be upset. If I'm upset, then I won't be able to have a job anymore. If I don't have a job, I won't have money, and then I won't be able to get food, and then I die.
Right.
So the lizard brain literally says in all these different scenarios, whenever you're facing adversity, public speaking, boy, what if all these guys go against me and don't like what I have to say, then I'm going to be out and I'm going to be jousted.
And it's part of a mating thing too, that like we, like on a very caveman Neanderthal kind of level, that's like we are like our sole purpose is to reproduce, right? Like obviously I wouldn't say sole purpose. Our number one
People should like
purpose.
veganism a little bit more then, because physical attributes matter.
This is true.
Heyo. All right, continue.
Heyo.
You want the best genes, don't you?
Like these ones? No, I'm just kidding.
Like these jeans.
Different kind of jeans.
These have never let me down. No, I like for real though.
Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
Shit. You can't do this to me. I have like really bad ADD. So when I'm on a certain like track and then I get distracted, then I forget. What were we talking about? Caveman, Neanderthals,
So what you
brains,
mentioned? Yeah,
that
I just mentioned that the lizard brain. Oh, you said mating.
Mating, right.
Yeah, you said
so
mating.
one of our main purposes or first purposes aside from eating is mating, and I feel like that kind of goes into your whole thing about not wanting to stand out or feel different, because if I'm trying to be attractive to the other mate, but I am one of the minorities, and not only a minority, but a minority that a lot of people look down upon, like not a good minority.
Or that you thought people looked down on.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a self-perception,
Yeah.
that doesn't give me an equal fighting chance against the rest of the women in San Diego or, whatever.
Yeah. The world.
The world.
The world.
The world.
So your husband in the transition to vegan, he was, would you say skeptical? Not skeptical, he
vegan?
just wasn't
To
like
be a
pumped
vegan?
on it at the very beginning.
Yeah,
doing
he was
origin.
a little skeptical.
And so he did some hardcore research and like found all these supporting
The health stuff.
documents.
Yeah, he's a very like.
So I liked what he said about that because he's pretty physically active, right?
Yeah.
He said he's had some of he's had some of his biggest lifts as a vegan.
You're so funny because that podcast we recorded was like over a year ago. But yeah, he noticed a really big change physically.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, he's, you met him. He's not like a huge dude, but he's pretty strong.
People just get so freaked out by the thought of like, if I change my diet, then my life's gonna be different.
All my muscles.
Where's the protein coming from? And
yeah, don't get me started.
and you know what? I think it's coming more of a meme now. Like I think that when I started driving Uber 3.5 years ago, people would ask me about driving Uber a lot more than they do now. And I think that one of the reasons is because they've had the conversations over the last few years. It's so many people are like, they're using Uber all the time. They've already asked every single freaking driver,
So how do you
what's
get
the craziest
paid? Yeah,
stories?
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So like, and so I'm not having those conversations anymore as much. And it's like a night and day difference. It used to be 90% of every ride would ask me
This is the craziest story.
the same questions.
Oh,
And
it's
so
so
I have great
funny.
answers for everything too, by the way. And now it's so different. It's
Yeah.
so different if we even talk. It's about normal stuff. And so I think that his skepticism at the beginning was good, but is also very normal for dudes.
Sure.
And I didn't get like the macho man vibe from him, but just like a traditional dude. Meaning like he wants to be strong, and he was raised standardly,
Right.
with like
Standard
standard
American
diet
diet.
in mind. But he made a great point with one of the biggest objections that comes, which is, not one of the biggest objections, one of the funny, interesting angles that meters will try and have is like plants feel feelings too, bro. You guys had a great response where it was like, well, the animals that you're eating actually eat more plants
Then you could consume.
than I
Right.
will.
So if you look at this like a cow, right? Like how many plants does a cow have to consume from infancy to slaughter?
It was so funny
It's
when I
so
heard that.
frustrating to me when I
And
hear
I
that shit.
cannot wait to.
Like, you're killing
That's not
more
my
plants.
answer.
And you know what? Not only that, but I don't think we said it in that podcast, but you're wiping out all these grasslands in order to have the cows. So you're killing more plants.
Killing more plants, and then you got dead zones.
Right,
And no, that was such a good point. And for those of you listening,
That shit pisses me off.
one of the dumbest things that people say, because they forget that plants don't have nervous systems, or eyes, is that, or brain, right? And is that people will say, if you care about other sentient beings' feelings so much, why are you eating plants? It's like, first off, we got to live, so we got to eat something. So And when you look at the succession of like what to pick from, not only are plants the best option nutritionally,
Yeah.
but as far as we know, they don't care as much as animals.
And I mean, it goes back to the same thing. No central nervous system, right? So
Yeah,
they don't
they don't.
feel
As far as we know,
pain.
they don't feel
Right. And
like that.
okay, maybe they do have something that we don't understand because we're not on their same level and blah, 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 blah. Because I have seen some studies of like, oh, if you talk shit to a plant every single day, it'll shrivel up and die after a while. I don't know if that's true. I've never tried it. But even if that is the case, it still goes back to my same argument with the whole how many plants does a cow have to eat before you kill that cow? So, and the thing is, there's so many health complications that go along with eating animals that it's just, why? Why would you?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm good on that.